Bhairav Kalike Namostute. Om Namo Bhairav. Jai Ma. Good morning, and we're back on yet another video. So today's subject is Karungali Mala distribution that I had spoken about. So we have 111 malas that we consecrate and distribute. So it is a specific process by which you try to consecrate or do the prana pratishtha of Devi Maakali into a specific bead, right? So Karungali by itself, very beautifully, the name itself, if you break it down and look beyond the barriers of language, you will understand that Karungali, it simply means Karungali, dark, black Kali. It simply means black Kali. If you break down that term itself, right, look beyond the language barriers, because she is Parasanatani. Don't be restricted by one language and say that in this language it doesn't mean that. No, if you break it down, Karungali, absolute dark Kali. That is what it is. And it is an absolute absorber of energy, positive and negative. It has the ability to absorb and hold. That is its most important property. However, if you give an actual gun to a baby, the baby could end up killing itself and its family, right? So it is not something that you simply buy and wear it. First and foremost, you simply do not buy Karungali Mala and wear it. It needs to be rightly consecrated with the energy of Maakali. That is the right way to use it. Can it be used by someone who is not in the sadhana of Maakali or does not pray to Maakali specifically? My first and foremost suggestion is no, don't use it. Because this mala has the ability to absorb almost any kind of an energy from Prakriti. It is not like your Rudraksha. It is an absolutely activated black hole. It behaves like a black hole. It absorbs energy at a very rapid pace. That does not. It does not wait for anybody's instructions. It just starts absorbing. So it could be you could be walking around with this mala without having any kind of consecration mantras done on it, any kind of vidhi done on it, not being in any kind of a sadhana. It could even destroy your own good positive vibes and push you into a certain state of trauma or depression if it is not consecrated right. So this is why simply do not buy Karungali Mala. You might even find that your good times wherein you're supposed to get Mahalakshmi, you're supposed to get wealth, it might stop. It has the ability to do that. So simply buying and wearing a Karungali Mala is a recipe for disaster. In my many years, now many months of on-off and experimenting with this is the Karungali Mala, right? This is the same one that we are having in this. So there's a specific vidhi to empower that. So earlier times, the rich men and businessmen and the zamindars, they would make the whole cot where they sleep, the cot with Karungali wood. And why? It was meant to absolutely absorb any negative energy, because number one, when you are sleeping, right, why would they make a cot out of it? When you're sleeping, generally upasakas and people are just getting into sadhana path, not the advanced sadhakas who are able to guide people, right? When you're not reached that state, your weakest point is in the dream realm, because the body is switched off and the sukshma, which is your mind, attitude, emotions, that is switched on, and it is at a certain stress. So any kind of a negative emotion, negative vibration around you, or any prayoga done on you can very easily infiltrate your psyche and mess up with your mind. It could cause absolute destruction of the bloodline. It could cause absolute destruction of any business idea or projection or progress of the bloodline, progress of the throne, your bloodline succession tree planning, your relationship with your spouse, relationship with your parents, everything could get destroyed merely in the dream realm by a empowered tantric who's out to get you, plain and simple. So in order to safeguard themselves from this, they would simply make a cot or keep a piece of the wood in their bedroom, or always travel with it, or keep a small stuff made of Karungali wood and make sure that they keep it around them all the time. But this is my own study, it is my own research and my own understanding of the wood in my journey with Maakali. Like I said, the word itself actually means Kali, Karungali, black Kali, right? So it is an energy absorber. It can take in any energy and hold it. It is not like Rudraksha. It is way more dangerous, right? If not consecrated. it needs to go through a specific empowerment ritual in which you are able to empower it with Maakali, number one. Number two, it can also eat up your grace. A very simple man living a very day-to-day life, going to the temple once a month or daily, that sort of a simple man, when he holds a mala like Karungali mala or keeps the wood with him, what happens is that it will also eat away your grace. It will also eat away any kind of energy manipulation, be it good or bad, whatever it is around you. So it will put a pause button on any negative effects that hits you. At the same time, it will also put a pause on any positive that might hit you also, if it is not consecrated right. This is a problem with Karungali, and people are blindly buying it and wearing it and getting destroyed. Plain and simple. I've seen many. They get into an exceptional job and they go to the streets, literally, but they'll be wearing a Karungali bead around their hand. They don't have the sense to understand, because it's simple, right? So in sadhana, there is the three levels: Pashu, Veera and the Divya. So at the state of Pashu, any energy can take you out. You would simply look at something and do it and get destroyed because you simply wore a Karungali mala, plain and simple. So the rightful consecration of Karungali mala is mandatory, number one. Number two, there is also an on-off period, like Mahadeva consumes the poison and he holds it here, and Devi protects him from getting destroyed by that. Similarly, Karungali is a pause. Karungali mala, the wood that it is a pause. It pauses the impact of negative on you to the extent that your own kavach, your own sadhana can protect you, and then you switch it off, keep it aside, and then go higher. So any mantras or any prayogas that is specifically done on you will not be able to surpass that pause phase. So how do you use a Karungali mala? A consecrated Karungali mala. So the ones that we are about to distribute will come with the yantra of Adhya Maakali. It is still being prepared. And it is time I will start replying to the emails. So every day in the night before you go to bed, you will place the mala on the yantra of Maakali and allow it to absolutely absorb her energy. The yantra by itself you will place in front of any consecrated photograph that you might have of Maakali in your house, and on the yantra you will place this Karungali mala. You will follow a system of on and off. For example, on every Amavasya you will wear the mala for the next 11 days and then remove it. Or you would wear it, it is up to you. Multiples of 11 is an extremely powerful sankalpa period wherein you can wear the mala for 11 days, 22 days, 44 days, 33 days, like that you wear it and then you remove it and you leave it on the mala for the next. If you have worn it for 11 days, don't wear it for the next 11 days. If you have worn it for 22 days, don't wear it for next 22 days. Why? Because it will pause every energy around you. It will also pause the good and the bad. But the bad, when it's correctly paused, because anything negative, be it Buri Nazar, plain and simple, Buri Nazar, or a specific prayoga done to destroy you, your bloodline, or somebody who's literally sitting without any kind of tantric or anybody involved, somebody who's literally sitting and praying that I hate this person, let him get destroyed. It could be a colleague, it could be a brother, a sister who actually wants you to get destroyed, right? Even something like that will not have the Shakti to go beyond 11 days. So when you wear this mala for 11 days, you are merely protecting yourself from that energy. However, it might also slow down every other energy around you. So it is a protection, it is a pause. If you are in the absolute sadhana of Maakali and you have absolutely found her grace in your life, then you can also wear it for 365 days. What is the advantage of consecrating her into this mala is that she has this 1008 names, which is also Lakshmi, Mahalakshmi. Specifically multiple times this name is repeated in her Sahasranamavali. So correctly consecrated, this mala should give you the positive benefits also throughout the year. However, if you are not able to get completely in the sadhana of Maakali, then go by the on-off method. So the yantra that is provided with this mala should be used as an activation tool. In the yantra, you will offer Naivedhyam, you will offer the dhoop, you will offer everything. You light the lamp and make simple prayers, recite the stava. Simple stuff like this is enough for you to consecrate the yantra. You don't have to go after extraordinary rituals for this, because yantra is already activated. You keep it there and place the mala on the yantra whenever you are, number one, going to bed. Number two, on-off period, which is you wear it for 11 days or 44 days or 48 days, one mandala, an equal amount you allow that mala to sit on the yantra. So it has taken all the energy around you, positive and negative, right? You let it recharge on the yantra and leave it there for the equal amount of time. You decide that I will wear it for a year, then wear it for a year and leave it on the yantra for a year. So on off, it is a pause. Karungali is a pause and it is not a solution. Solution is your sadhana. Many of us, our path, we break down and we are unable to progress. We are unable to stand or go beyond a certain stage in mantra. We are majorly, we are floating at the top alone, unable to go to the depths. Plain and simple, it is because of the negative vibrations around you. You have not come to a state where you are able to power through it. And people like that will find immense benefit merely by following the on and off technique with Karungali Mala. The on, that is when you're wearing the mala, that 11 days, I'm taking the example of 11 days, you will find that none of the negative feelings, negative energies or any kind of an energy manipulation will happen around you. It will help you attain the state of shunyata without any external help. However, please understand, only the sadhaka who's in at good or to expert level between that stage will be able to also take the positive vibrations from the Prakriti at that time. So you have to go by the on-off method, at least for a year or two, do the on-off method with Karungali Mala. On, you're wearing it, walking around everywhere. When you sleep, every day night, place it on the yantra. Off, you're leaving the mala on the yantra for the equal amount of time. 11 days you wore it, 11 days it will be on the yantra. You will do your daily pujas, everything, but on the yantra the mala will sit. It is a consecration technique, right? It has this immense ability to pause the energy field around you. However, what will actually drive you higher is your sadhana and not mala or not external equipment. It is your sadhana. The Atma within is the actual empowered being. However, at the stage where you have not yet attained that ability to sit through and work through this extremely volatile energy field that we have around us, especially those living in the city. I am living very much outside the city limits, so it has a very stable energy, and the trees trees by themselves, even if it's a mango tree, has immense ability to absorb these energies, and I'm very safe here. But many of you are functioning in the city life, and the energies are off everywhere. And if you're especially working in a business, you're heading a business, please understand that people working under you, no matter how many times they smile at you, they don't like you, right? They do not like you. Please understand this. Anybody who's forced to work for a job, if you stop paying your employees for a month, they will not want to see your face again. They only come there for that money, right? Similarly, any of your colleagues who work in your office, they too would very happily like to chase after their passions, spend time doing what they like to do. They would love to take a vacation. They're not happy there. So most of the offices today, most of the businesses today are centers of misery. This will take you down, Jayama. This will take you down immensely, especially as a sadhaka. When the Garbhagriha within, that is your Atma, begins to open up slightly, you will become an absorber of all kinds of energies. And this is where a mala like Karungali, correctly consecrated mala, will help you. If you merely put a mala that does not have any kind of consecration, it will absorb all these energies and simply destroy the energy field around you. Karungali should not be worn like an ornament. Karungali should not be worn like a Rudraksha. Rudraksha by itself is a sattvic mala, right? It does not absorb any negative energy. It very happily sits with you and helps you in your sadhana. That is the whole purpose of the Rudraksha mala. It does not absorb and hold. See, it does protect you from negative energies, but it does not absorb and hold negative energies. So anything that is supposed to hit you or your body is absorbed by this mala. So when you go in the night and place this on the yantra, you are specifically allowing her to consume that negative energy, right? But continue wearing it for a minimum of 11 days and switch it off for 11 days, switch it on for 11 days. This is the most brilliant way for you to consecrate and use the Karungali mala. There will come a state wherein you are able to now wear it for the entire year. You can go an entire year merely by removing it in the nights alone, you are able to find benefit. Both you are able to specifically by your own sadhana, your own garbhagriha within the Atma is able to absorb now correctly and only consume the positive, and the negative is merely consecrated into the mala. You are placing it in the yantra every day night and you are fine. The day you reach that state, these are all things that I do. This is what I do. Right? These are not something hogwash read somewhere on the net and followed. Right? So this is how I use the mala. I use it for protecting myself from any negative entity, negative energies around, while my sadhana by itself allows me to fully consume any positive that be it money, abundance of money, abundance of sadhana or kripa, any guru or a senior sadhaka sitting miles away is happy listening to what I speak, and their blessings, if they were supposed to reach me, that would be absolutely absorbed by me. But the negative will not come. That is the only beauty of Karungali. She is an absolute absorber of negative energy. You'll also find that the beads are extremely strong and powerful. However, they need to be consecrated. Do not blindly wear the Karungali mala, so that you simply get it somewhere and you start wearing it. Especially if you're not in sadhana path, if you're not in the upasana path, simply wearing a Karungali mala might not have a lot of impact. But in the sadhana path, you're opening up your garbhagriha and it is highly receptive, and you will find that any negative and positive vibrations will just it will be like, like puppies that run towards the mother dog, right? They will just, you're like an activated carbon, and everything you're attracting. So in that you place this mala just to keep you a little bit safer. Every day you go home in the night and remove the mala and place it on the yantra. Even during the on periods, off periods, so it will full day remain on the yantra only. You know that you're going to go to a very toxic relative, a very toxic space. You know that it is a space that you're going to spend more time. Let's say that there is a meeting in office where everyone is supposed to gather, thousands of employees are gathering somewhere, or a specific event, a marriage or something where definitely there will be a lot of ill feeling and you have to face some relatives that you do not like to face. Just giving you an example, wear the mala even if it is off period. Wear it and go for that day alone. It will absolutely absorb any kind of negative energy, and come home and remove it and place it on the yantra immediately. These are all tricks and techniques for the amateur sadhaka. As you go higher, you would not need to remove the mala at all other than at night times. So that is about it. Should sadhakas simply wear a Karungali mala bought online? You should not. As much as possible, avoid wearing mala just because you are able to purchase it. These days everything has become fashionable, and people I've personally seen people get absolutely destroyed. They were able to get exceptional salary packages and all that, but they come to the streets very fast. Karungali should not be worn just like that. It can destroy you because it holds it holds the negative energy within, and also the positive energy also it holds. It is, the name, it is not by design or by accident. Sorry, it is not by accident, and I believe it is by her own design that it is pre-consecrated by her. However, if you do not know how to correctly manage or use a gun, even its presence in your house can lead you to absolute disaster, right? So similarly, Karungali mala, it has to be kept with the yantra. Number one, take it from the right sources, or else don't take it at all. Plain and simple. Stick to Rudraksha. If you're taking it, follow the on and off techniques, because it will stop the negative energy at that time, and when you switch it off and place it somewhere, it will allow the positive field around you to function well. So it is a very beautiful wood that probably if in the right hands and you use it right, it can have immense benefits. It will not disturb you in any way. It will in fact allow you to progress without any negative vibrations around you, and it will allow you to stay focused on your sadhana. So learn how to use it well. It is a small technique that is mandatory for the use of Karungali mala. And I would be distributing 111 malas, so I've already received most of your emails. use them only on an on and off way. Every day night, I'm repeating, every day night the mala goes back onto the yantra, and even if it's the on period, so you're using it, wear it on Amavasya, you're wearing it 11 days, you wear it to your office, you wear it to your business or school, college, wherever it is. Of course, if you're a minor, please listen to your parents, do not blindly listen to strangers on the net. But every day night, remove it and place it on the yantra. On the off periods, the mala just remains on the yantra alone. You don't wear it at all. So 11 days you wear it, 11 days you remove it and place it on the yantra. 11 days you wear it, 11 days you place it on the yantra. Generally empowered positive vibrations or positive energy field around you will be able to live beyond 11 days. They will still come to you. However, the negative vibrations or the negative thoughts that are surrounding you, they cannot live beyond 11 days. So once you remove it and place it on the yantra, by the 12th, 13th day, you will find that you are feeling very good, very positive, because the negative it is all absorbed in the mala. By the positive, it is about to surround you. But keep the sadhana going. Any mala or anything at all, or any powerful crystal, stones that you might have, the shakti of it depends upon the shakti of the one using it. So you do not do your sadhana and you merely think that you are able to empower crystals because of some techniques you read on the net. All that will not work, because as a sadhaka, the energy field around you is very different from. I've seen people speak about crystals at length, but please understand that the energy field of the average person and the energy field around the sadhaka is completely different. And the simple techniques that usually Western world would prescribe will not be sufficient to empower crystals. I have quite a lot of crystals, and from the point of view of a Kali sadhaka is how I empower crystals or gemstones. Everything has a specific way in which it will work with a Kali sadhaka. A realized Kali sadhaka is beyond the planets. He is beyond his astrological chart, because she absolutely takes control. So in the Mahavidyas, Maakali is attached to Saturn. However, the one above, Adhya Mahakali, she is the master of all planets and entire cosmic energy. So all planets begins to fire for you, and you take benefit from all planets. There is nothing, but of course you have to burn to that extent and attain that state where she decides to sit within you and operate within you. You have to reach that state. So until then, small things like the Karungali will be very useful to you. However, follow the on and off technique. Do not wear it full time, because you do not know to what extent it might even stop your positive sun, because it is that powerful. People who are going through a lot of negative energy, who feel that there is some kind of prayoga done on their families, and you're actually finding that some kind of destruction is happening in your family. Very recently, I got some emails of death in the family, and finding all these prayoga done on your family with evidence. This is the kind of mala that can help you immensely. But please understand, during this 11 days, everything will generally come to a slowdown. Everything around you. Everything will come to a slowdown, and you will find that you are able to operate and focus on your life, able to operate and focus on your sadhana. However, remember, every day night the mala goes back on the yantra, and during the off periods the mala remains on the yantra only. And to the yantra you will worship Maakali, place the yantra in front of her photograph. You will show dhoop, naivedyam, anything and everything that you offer to the fruit, do it in front of the yantra. Anything you offer to the photograph, you do it in front of the yantra. It's very simple. Nothing complicated about this mala, but always understand the energy of what it is that you're doing. Blindly do not do anything. Okay, I saw an ad and I bought a mala, now I'll be fine. No. Every single bead, every single mala, be it Rudraksha, be it Karungali, Sengali, there are many different types of mala, has a different property. Every tree, every leaf on every tree, and every different kind of an animal, a bird, has a different property that it will help you in your sadhana. For example, having a native breed of cow and you do not use that cow for any commercial purpose is the biggest kavach. However, how many of us can have a native breed of cow in your house? I'm not talking about in your farm. You're living in the city and in a farm there is a cow. That is not what I'm speaking about. If you're able to live in a house and you have a cow there, that is the biggest kavach, because he who protects the cow is protected by the entire Devaloka. Right? That is the biggest kavach. You will not even have dreams in the night. If you have a cow around you, a native breed of cow, and it is not for commercial purpose. That is, you do not sell milk. You might distribute milk free of cost to your neighbors. Like I do not take we still buy milk from all the milk sellers who have cows. However, our own cow who's right now having secreting milk, every drop of it goes to the calf. We do not take a drop. Till today I have not tasted that milk. Why? Because she belongs to the Shakti Pitha, and she belongs to that calf, and she is Devi herself, right? So every animal, every tree, every small bead, every wood has its own specific energy and an energy field. The cow is at the very heights, the native breed of cow, not this 20 liters, 15 liters producing cow. This is all industrialized, mass produced for human greed, right? We are talking about the native cow, which people don't keep because it gives only 2 to 3 liters of milk. So commercial use nahi hai. It will consume the same amount of food as a Jersey or a HF breed of cow. However, commercial use, there is none of it. So people don't keep it. How? People don't understand the spiritual use of a native breed of cow that will give only 2 liters of milk. She will absolutely bring Lakshmi there. This one cow will bring Lakshmi there, and not just for your own lifespan. Beyond that, I'll go into a small story. So there was this bank and a small branch of the bank in a very highly polished, posh area of the city, right? It is a very polished area. There are other bank branches also. None of them were doing too well. But this bank branch, it is not in a very classy place. Inside that polished locality, it is on the first floor, a very dingy place, way of going upstairs. It did not have locker facility, which generally high net worth individuals would need all that. But this branch was just growing exponentially. It will never fail. Other bank branches were not doing that well, but this bank branch would just be swimming in cash. It would simply keep growing. Nobody knew why. Bank is doing well. So one day what happens, an old lady who is one of the clients of the bank walks into the branch manager's cabin, and she's speaking to the bank manager, and she says, how is the business here? This old lady, she must be 80 plus. And the manager also says, doing very well, ma'am. Business is doing good. Bank is doing very well. We are distributing all these loans and all, superb, going well. She asks them, do you know why? Man, the branch manager is also quite curious that why would a customer walk inside and ask why the business is doing well, do you know? She says, why, what is this one? And this lady, she describes that many years back, before that property was sold off, right, to the builders, who then eventually built a commercial complex there where this bank is today having its branch. There used to be a very rich man, and that very rich man used to exact. So the video got disturbed. So the customer describes that there used to be a very rich man who used to own that property where the bank now had a branch, and he used to have a gaushala there. So exactly where that bank is sitting with its branch today, there was a gaushala, and he kept cows, and not for a commercial purpose, purely because he was a Devi Upasaka. And that cow, and this was few centuries back, right? He was one of the most influential guy, at least 100 years ago this incident has happened. And the influence of that gaushala was such that any bank, any commercial business, any family that would rent a property in that perimeter, the perimeter would prosper and do well, and they will either, without knowing the Shakti of that space, they will do well and sell it off and go off, or if they truly understood, they will never sell off that space. So that lady told her that this is why your bank is doing well. This is the Shakti of every animal that is correctly consecrated. So if you buy a cow that is giving 20 liters of milk and you are using it for business, that is different. And you buy a cow that will only give 2 liters of milk, and you use that for the purpose of your sadhana, that is a completely different thing. So please understand that every wood, every bead, every crystal, every stone has to be correctly empowered. And no, from the point of view of a sadhaka, it is not what is the Western world saying or the experts say. No, from the point of view of a Kali sadhaka, everything changes. Because she is the para prakriti. She has placed certain things there and these secrets will slowly reveal itself. Karungali mala, on and off technique. Anybody can use it, but use it right. It should be empowered on the Kali yantra. Karungali by itself is simply, if you break the language barriers, it simply means the darkest Kali. She will absorb and empower that mala and she will absorb everything. At the higher states, as you go higher and higher, you need not go to the off phase at all. You will find that you can wear it 365 days. But however, I still recommend that you have an on-off technique with the Karungali mala. If you wear it for 45 days or 44 days, switch it off for 44 days and leave it on the yantra. So I think I'm done for today. Every animal, every tree's leaf, every crystal, every stone has a different property. In Kali sadhana, everything reveals itself. What is the one bead that I absolutely and mandatorily recommend that everybody have in the Kali sadhana is Karungali, and till you do not reach that state, have an on-off technique. Switch it on, switch it off, switch it on, switch it off. Leave it on the yantra every night. You're going to an event where you are anticipating that there will be a lot of negativity, but you have no other go. It is an office meeting or it's a relative meeting. It is a parent that you are not getting along with well, wear the mala and go. Let it absorb all the negativity. Come home, remove it, place it on the yantra, take a bath. Do your sadhana. Plain and simple. So I think I'm done for today. Bhairav Kalike Namostute. Om Namo Bhairavaya Namo 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 Bhairavaya. There are 111 malas. Those interested may type Karungali mala and send it to the Adhyakari initiative at gmail.com. All of you might not get it. It requires a certain period for empowerment. It cannot be simply, it is not a business that I run here. So do not expect me to, some of you are literally putting reminders. Don't do that. If you don't get an email, it is not meant to be. Plain and simple, leave it. Just leave it. No, it's not that if you don't get this mala, you will get destroyed. Right? If you don't get a reply, leave it. Don't send reminders. That is very wrong. This is not a business house. It's not like two employees see the email, immediately pack it and send it to you. No. The consecration itself, I've still not opened that because it's been here for a very long time now. I've still not opened it. It's simply because I've not got the Adesh yet. The day I get it, I will open it. The day I open it, I will reply to the emails. So it works in that cycle. The answer should come from her. It could take 20 days, it could take 40 days, it could take 100 days. It's beyond my control. It is not in my hands. It is in her hands. It has been left at her foot. Jai Ma.